Good evening, everyone. I'm Roger, and you're watching NFL Trending, where we break down the most talked about stories in professional football. Tonight's headline is sparking major debate across the league. The Cleveland Browns have reportedly made a clear decision regarding Shedeur Sanders and his NFL future. This story has been developing for weeks, and it comes at a time when Shedeur Sanders, son of Hall of Famer and Colorado head coach Deion Sanders, continues to dominate headlines. The Browns' stance could reshape how teams view Sanders as a prospect, and it's causing ripple effects across front offices, draft boards, and fan bases alike. Let's dive into the details. According to multiple reports, the Browns have evaluated Shedeur Sanders thoroughly, not just as a quarterback, but as a potential franchise leader. Sources inside the organization say Cleveland's front office has been impressed with Sanders' composure, mechanics, and decision-making. While some scouts had concerns about his transition from college to the pros, the Browns appear to have put those doubts aside. Their decision, as it stands, is straightforward. Shedeur Sanders is firmly on their radar, and they view him as a future NFL starter. This is a significant development for a franchise that has had a turbulent history at quarterback. Cleveland has invested heavily in recent years, most notably with Deshaun Watson. But questions about Watson's long-term availability and consistency remain. The Browns know they can't afford to waste the prime years of a championship-caliber defense by being uncertain at the quarterback position. That's why Sanders has become such an appealing option. Now let's take a step back. Shedeur Sanders has built his reputation at Colorado under the coaching of his father, Deion Sanders. In just a short time, he's become known for his calmness under pressure, his accuracy in tight windows, and his ability to lead comebacks. Despite playing behind one of the most inconsistent offensive lines in college football, Sanders has put up numbers that rival some of the best quarterbacks in the nation. Scouts have praised his ability to process defenses and stay disciplined in the pocket, two qualities that are essential at the next level. The Browns, according to insiders, believe Sanders' skill set translates directly to the NFL. They're not just looking at statistics, they're evaluating leadership, intangibles, and maturity. Reports suggest Cleveland has conducted in-depth interviews, studied film extensively, and even sent senior scouts to multiple Colorado games this season. The message is clear. Sanders is not just a highlight reel. He's a serious candidate to wear the orange and brown in the near future. But why is this story blowing up now? Timing. The Browns are in the middle of evaluating their roster for both the present and the future. With the draft approaching in just a few months, the decision-making process is intensifying. And while they aren't committing to drafting Sanders outright, their stance signals that if he's available in the right position, they won't hesitate to pull the trigger. This news also ties directly into Deion Sanders, who has been fiercely protective of his son. Coach Prime has repeatedly made it clear that Shedeur will only enter the draft when the timing is right. He doesn't want his son rushing into a situation where he isn't valued or protected. The Browns' public and private interests might just influence that decision. If Cleveland, a franchise with playoff aspirations and one of the NFL's strongest defenses, is willing to make Shedeur their guy, the timing may indeed be right. Of course, this decision isn't without controversy. Some fans are questioning why the Browns would consider a quarterback so soon after committing so much to Watson. Others point out that Sanders hasn't faced the toughest competition week in and week out, and there's concern about how quickly he can adjust to the speed of the NFL game. Critics say this could be another case of a team overhyping a young prospect based on potential rather than proven results. But the Browns seem confident in their evaluation. And confidence is key for a franchise that has seen decades of instability at the quarterback position. Let's not forget, since returning to the league in 1999, Cleveland has cycled through more quarterbacks than any other team. For fans, the idea of finally landing a consistent, talented leader at the position is more than just exciting. It's necessary for long-term success. Another element to this story is how it impacts the broader quarterback market. If Cleveland is locked in on Sanders, what does that mean for other QB-needy teams? Franchises like the Raiders, Vikings, and Falcons are also in the market for a young signal caller. If Sanders rises up draft boards, competition to land him will intensify. That could shake up the entire first round, with teams trading up to secure their preferred option. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders continues to carry himself with professionalism. He has downplayed the speculation, focusing on finishing strong with Colorado. When asked recently about the NFL chatter, he responded by emphasizing preparation, discipline, and team-first mentality. Those kinds of answers only fuel the perception that he's NFL ready, both on and off the field. Let's talk fan reaction. In Cleveland, social media has erupted with debates. Some fans are thrilled at the possibility of drafting Sanders, citing his potential as the next franchise star. Others argue the team should focus on strengthening the offensive line or adding more weapons before taking another quarterback. One thing is clear: the decision is sparking passion, which is exactly what ownership pays attention to. Nationally, the Sanders family continues to be one of the most influential brands in football. With Deion commanding headlines at Colorado and Shedeur carving his own path, the idea of Shedeur entering the NFL is more than just a sports story. It's a cultural moment. Add in the Browns' historic struggles and rabid fan base, and this report feels like the perfect storm of football drama. As of now, the Browns' decision doesn't guarantee anything on draft night. It's still early. But their stance makes one thing crystal clear: if Shedeur Sanders declares for the draft, Cleveland will be ready to make a move. Whether that means using a first-round pick, trading up, or maneuvering for future positioning, the Browns are not sitting this one out. In summary, Cleveland's evaluation of Shedeur Sanders signals belief in his ability to be an NFL franchise quarterback. It raises questions about Deshaun Watson's long-term role. It shakes up the quarterback market, and it places Sanders directly into the spotlight as one of the most intriguing prospects in years. For Shedeur, the next step is finishing strong at Colorado, continuing to refine his game, and making the all-important decision about entering the NFL. For the Browns, the message to fans and the league is clear: the door is open, and they're ready to welcome Sanders if the opportunity arises. This is the story we'll be following closely here at NFL Trending, because its implications go far beyond Cleveland. It touches on family, legacy, draft strategy, and the constant search for quarterback stability in the NFL. And if the Browns truly believe they've found their future in Shedeur Sanders, the league could be witnessing the beginning of something very big.